Hello again and welcome back. My name is Vedas, and in this video we're going to be talking about mining and everything you need to know about its skill. Okay, so the first thing that I want to go over is exactly what is mining in Core Keeper. So mining in Core Keeper is obviously, as everybody knows, it's just, you're smacking the crap out of some blocks, right? Well, the main things that build up, the core of mining is your tools, and in this case, your mining damage. I briefly covered mining damage in my exploration guide video, but to kind of cover it again, mining damage is obviously the amount of damage that you're dealing to blocks when you are mining. So that is just kind of the main thing about mining. The other things that make up mining is, of course, the skills that you can acquire while doing mining. So we're going to cover all of this right now. So the things that I have been working on for the last few days is the sort of the most efficient way of going mining. I have created an XP table for mining, so that way we know exactly how much XP that you can get per block using pickaxes and everything. I've broken it all down, and I'm even still doing testing. It's just I've done enough testing to be able to kind of make this video. So the first thing that I'd like to go into is I'm not going to show everything that I have done in this video. I am going to have this stuff posted in my Discord, so if you would like to see the fully completed information about like the XP and how much you get per blocks, things like that, as well as like how many hits and stuff like that, you can join my Discord and you can find that stuff in there. So first thing I'd like to bring up, I'm going to put it up here on the screen, is the dirt block. Now, as you can see, the way that I have this laid out is up in the top left corner is the type of block that it is. And then we have the 5 pickaxes. I did not include the ancient pickaxe because that is something that you get late game. And it is, I wanted this to be about more of just the kind of base stuff. I didn't want to go into the more advanced things, I guess you could say. So dirt blocks, as you can see, outside of a wood pickaxe, they are all the same amount of XP that you can get, but the wood pickaxe is just ever so slightly more. Now the reason for this is the way that you get XP for the mining skill is every time you hit a block and you deal damage to that block, you get experience. So the longer it takes you to break a block and the more damage that you deal, well, not the more damage that you deal, but the longer it takes for you to break that block. And like, say if it takes you 10 hits versus 5 hits, obviously the 10 hits is going to give you more experience. So if you were trying to power level mining, it's not so much about how quickly you're mining per se. That might be a more effective strategy. I have not yet tested how fast you can go from nothing to 100. But through my testing is that the more it's not the overall block, it is per hit that you do on a block is how much you get experience. So I will also show here the stone block. Now I have the wood pickaxe and the copper pickaxe X'd out, and that's because these cannot be used on the stone at the base level. I did not include any additional mining damage added onto these through these tests. It's just at the absolute base level. I made no mad characters, which means that they had no bonus skills at the start, and I had no equipment engaged. It was just the pickaxe and a blank slate character. So this is just absolutely nothing, just blank across the board. So anything additional than this, you're obviously gonna potentially get more than this. So as you can see here with the stone block, the tin pickaxe is getting a very significant amount of experience from there, at about half of a bar worth. And as you can see, the iron and the scarlet are getting like next to nothing of experience, and that's because it doesn't take as long to break stone with those. Now, the last one I'll show in this video for these, I have done this for every natural spawning block in the game. But the last one I'm going to show here is the grass block. Now, the grass block, you can see that I have the wood, copper, and tin pickaxe X'd out, and that's because they don't work by default. So you can see that the iron pickaxe has a pretty good significant amount of XP there, just slightly above half, and the scarlet pickaxe has like kind of next to nothing on there. So so in my opinion, if you want to level quickly, the two best ways of going about it is taking either a tin pickaxe and going to a stone biome, getting a bunch of them and going. I would probably say do that for about, I don't know, like 40-50 levels maybe, and then head off to the wilderness with a bunch of iron pickaxes and go smack some grass blocks. That'd probably be the most effective way. So again, I will have all of this stuff in here. You will see some things that I do want to explain that I'll also have within the information that I'm going to provide within my Discord. That things like the clay block, for example, you can break a clay block with a wooden pickaxe at the very base level. But I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just how it is. For some reason, you don't get experience if you use a wooden pickaxe and hit a clay block, which is very weird. The same thing also happens with, so at the very base level, no additional mining damage. When you go to hit the hive blocks, iron pickaxe cannot hit it with no additional mining damage. If you add additional mining damage, so like if you put on the 2 rings that give you like the huge mining bonus that everybody gets super early on, I can't think of the name of the rings right now at the moment, but if you like equip those, then it gives you enough to be able to mine the hive block, but you don't get any experience for it, which kind of sucks. So I'm not entirely sure why that is. It's very, very odd to me. So so that is kind of the XP of the game. So, you know, go to a stone biome or go to the wilderness, and then just, you know, those are going to be the 2 most effective at the start things to do, is to do that. Now, I still have a bunch more testing that I would like to do with this, of course, but this is just, you know, very base. Anybody can do this. It doesn't require anything additional. You can just hop in there. You can start doing this. I went and took a full inventory of tin pickaxes. Not a full inventory, pretty close. I took this many, as you can see. This is how much stone I got. This is how much sand I got. Brand new character. I got him up to 40, level 40 mining, from 0 to level 40, and it only took me about like half an hour. So it does go relatively quickly. It drags on, you know, put on some Netflix in the background, whatever, you know, watch my YouTube. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, have something to entertain yourself, like up on a second monitor, TV, whatever, and yeah, just mine away. Go blank on that, you know, and you could get that through. So, but again, yeah, check out this stuff. It will be in my Discord. You are welcome to join it. Link will be in the description to my Discord. You can go check that stuff out. Last thing I want to cover in this video is that I want to go over all of the skills. So I'm also going to put these up on the screen. So we have efficient excavation. I almost said something completely weird. I almost said evacuation. Efficient excavation goes 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10% additional mining damage per, you know, from level 1 to level 5. Each of these, so at max level, you have a total of 25 points, which means you can get, what is this, 4 of these? Maybe 5 of these. Oh yeah, you can get 5 of these. You can get 5 in total of these. I don't know. I'm tired. You can get 5 of these in total. You can't get them all, unfortunately. I will tell you at the end of this what I think is the best ones. But you can get 5 of these in total. You'll have 25. Each one is 5 in order to get to the next one. So I have to put 5 in this, and then we'll unlock these 2, and then 5 in one of these. We'll unlock the next 2, so on and so forth. So you can get up to 10% additional mining damage, which is a huge significant bonus to everything that you have. The next one that we have is the meticulous miner. Meticulous Miner gives you 5, 10, 15, 20, and a 25% additional chance to gain an additional ore from walls containing ore. So you get up to a 25% increase of a chance to gain extra ore when you're out mining. So night vision I am going to cover last because it's the only one that's kind of not self-explanatory. I'll explain it here as to what that exactly does for those that don't understand it. So we're going to jump here into miner strength. So miner's strength is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10% again additional per level. Like, so 2% additional per level, and it adds your mining damage as melee damage. So I believe if you stack up mining damage, then you get to a 10% of whatever your overall mining damage is. So say if you had 200 mining damage, then you would have an additional 20% as melee damage to go fight things. So that is a very fantastic perk there, and absolutely worth the while to go into. So the next one that we are going to cover is mine. This just increases your mining speed, which means you're hitting those blocks faster. You're not necessarily dealing more damage. You're literally just hitting them faster. This goes every level gives you 3 additional percent. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15% for each 5 level of the 5 levels. That's what we got going on there with that one. So it just, it just makes you go faster is all that does. So Explosive Engineer, this one is, if you like to use a lot of bombs, this does apply to fighting mobs, whether it doesn't matter. If you're using any explosives, doesn't matter how you're using them, this applies. So this one goes up by 4% per level. So you have 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20% at the final level is what we got going on there. So the next one that we have is Pick and Run. Pick and Run is actually a really cool ability. It's one of my favorites for sure. Going up by increments of 4, you have 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. You get a small movement speed for a short duration after mining a wall. So you could just go, this could actually be a really powerful thing because you don't need a pickaxe to have something classified as mining. If you break a wall, it classifies as mining. So something like sand can be broken with anything. It is the easiest thing to mine. I'm pretty sure once you start getting some additional mining damage, you might even be able to do it at the start. I haven't tested it, but once you start getting some additional mining damage, you can literally with your bare hands just one-shot sand. And so that would make this ability really quickly, or like really overpowered. You could just run up, smack a thing of sand, and then start running, and you could keep doing that. It doesn't matter. So very good ability. I highly recommend using that one, of course. So last one that we have here is the Archaeologist. This one goes in increments of 0.2%. So it goes 0.2%, and this one's actually really cool. Basically is what it does. So it goes 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, and then in just a 1% overall. So every single time, doesn't matter where you are, if you mine a wall block that naturally spawns, you have a chance to get a valuable. It could be any valuable. It's totally random. Does not matter. I don't know if the biome affects this at all. Anytime I've ever gone up into the wilderness biome, I get so many valuables from this perk, as well as just being up there in general, that like it clutters my inventory. I can't hold anything else. Like it pretty much just completely fills my inventory full of valuables because there are just so many different types. It's insane. It's ridiculous. So it's a really good perk. I'll talk more about my main thing later. That's not one that I recommend using as like your main source there. So last one I want to talk about is night vision. So night vision is really, really interesting. We're going to run up here real quick. Believe it. No, it was over here where it went. So I'll explain what night vision does. Was it up here that I went? It was up here that I went. So go over here. Wrong way here. Should have just gone up here before. Anyway, so guys, real quick. So you can see there is twinkling down here, but we don't know what that is. I know that I'm in the dirt biome, so I can already tell you that it is copper. But if we go ahead and put the 5 in here, if we put 5 into this, as you can see, now it's uncovered and I can see what it is. That's what night vision does. So you still see the twinkles from like really far away, but night vision allows you to identify what the ore is over here without me having to go over there. Now, in my opinion, this is a useless perk. The reason why is because there is no mixture of ores in any of the biomes, with an exception of that. So in the dirt biome, there's copper. In the clay biome, there's tin and gold. In the stone biome, there is iron and gold. In the wilderness, there is scarlet, and I also believe gold. If you're in any of these biomes and you're mining, you need to be grabbing gold anyway. Like 100%, you need to be grabbing gold. So I don't understand the point of night vision, because if you're out mining and you see the twinkles, you should just be going for the twinkles. Shouldn't matter what it is. Also, if you guys don't know, this is a thing that I can cover a little bit later. I'm not going to go into detail on this. There are different twinkles for what things are. So like food that spawns naturally has a different twinkle. It has kind of like an orange twinkle. The fishing spots are kind of like a more bluish twinkle. The ores vary in size of twinkle, but they are always white. But they will be like bigger, sparkly ones. You know, as you can see, like these are really big, sparkly ones. These are kind of smaller, but they're both white, and that's because, you know, this is a bigger vein versus this is a smaller vein. So you can kind of tell like what you're getting into when you're doing that. So that is yeah, that's what night vision does. And night vision it's a neat perk, but I think it's kind of useless. Like you should just always be going for any of the twinkles that you can. So. Okay, so for my ideal setup when it comes to the mining skill tree is obviously you have to do 5 points into the efficient excavation, and that will unlock the next 2. I already said I think night vision is kind of a waste. I don't think it's worth it. So of course you're gonna go to the meticulous miner. You're gonna put 5 points into that. Now from here you have 2 options. I don't do a lot of mining with explosives, and I really only fought 𝐸𝐴𝐴, the big larva boss, with explosives. So I'm not very interested in that perk. The 2 perks that I am interested in are these 2 here. Now, because I want to be able to deal more damage while I'm out mining, that is very significant. And if I'm out mining, I'm going to have a huge bonus from this, because I'm probably going to be stacked up in mining damage gear as well. So of course I want to be able to mine faster, and then as well as this gives me, I can choose 1 more. And with the archaeologist thing, like I said earlier, is that it my inventory was getting overwhelmed by too many valuables, too many different types of valuables, and so it's either annoying to just have to like throw them away, or I'm having to take too many trips back to base in order to get rid of those. So I'm gonna go with pick and run in order to get that speed boost, and to me that is the ideal setup. Now, the only other 2 things that I would say going for is night vision or archaeologist, and to me these are a very specific thing. Now granted, it's only 200 coins to reset, so of course you can always be changing this up at any point in time, but if you are looking for specific ore, like maybe you're in a hurry, you need to get something very specific, you don't want to waste your time, then yes, night vision has a purpose, and absolutely go ahead and use that. Same thing with archaeologists, is if you are just trying to make some cash and you want to get some valuables, things like that, then use it. You know, they're both very useful perks. More explosive damage, of course, it's very useful. It depends. Like if you're gonna go fight a boss like 𝐸𝐴𝐴, you know, for example, a lot of people like to fight him with the bombs, and so, you know, that's a great perk and should absolutely be used. So, but this is my ideal setup. This is my go-to. This is what I like to use For me, it works. It might not work for you, but you know, for me, that is what I like. So hope that works out for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please like and subscribe, and also comment down below letting me know what you think. If you think there's anything that I can do better, or if there's just something specific that you want to see on my channel, please let me know. Don't hesitate to ask, be friendly, or you know, be just rude. I don't care. I can take it. Give me feedback. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Stay happy. Peace.